Today is May 4th, 2024. My name is Charles Suter, and today I'm presenting part 2 of my series, How to Worry Without Getting Upset. And my main message, work for the best outcome, but prepare for the worst. Some people get uncomfortable when they get into situations that take them outside their comfort zone. Some people get anxious when faced with situations similar to previous bad experiences, but most worries are imaginary, unlikely, and not realistically worth worrying about. So stop thinking about them. Don't allow irrational thoughts to remain in your conscious mind. Now, even when worry is appropriate due to situations or threats assessed by your conscious mind as real and probable, there's actions you can take to alleviate your worries. The most important thing to do when you worry or feel threatened is not to ignore your feelings, but to take time to assess them. And if the threat is real, deal with it proactively. First, you need to decide specifically what part of the threat you're most concerned with. Second, you need to assess the threat as to its likelihood of materializing. And if it does arise, what's the worst case consequences? Based on this rational assessment, you can decide how best to handle your worries. The best course of action is to prepare for the worst outcome. You can prepare by doing what you can to reduce the likelihood and consequence of a threat. For immediate and real threats, prepare. Preparation not only overtly deals with the threat itself, but leads to greater confidence, and greater confidence diminishes anxiety. Most sources of worry are based upon an exaggerated, overactive imagination, due perhaps to irrational beliefs formed by having learned the wrong lessons from past experience, and these can be easily ignored. Other sources of worry are based on insufficient self-confidence and your ability to handle tough situations. So increase your self-confidence by programming this rational belief: I'm okay just as I am. Repetition leads to internalization of new beliefs like this one. Proposition 1. Improve your self-image and your self-confidence by developing positive beliefs. You can overcome negative beliefs by programming positive beliefs in their place. It's the irrational beliefs that cause emotional distress, including anxiety and worry and upsetness. So eliminate those faulty beliefs, such as perfectionism. I've got to do perfect what I want to do in order to accept myself. Just remember, it's not that you're not okay. That's an irrational belief. You are okay. And examine a lot of your shoulds and musts, because many of them are irrational. In the long term, you can avoid worrying about imaginary threats by improving your self-confidence. Self-confidence is based on your perceived ability to handle yourself in new situations, and also developing healthy, rational beliefs such as I'm okay, you're okay, and life's okay. To build a repertory of rational beliefs, you must program them into your subconscious mind by repeating positive affirmations during short meditative sessions, multiple times a day, and do so for a month. Eventually, these repetitions will form new neurological networks in the brain as a source of new beliefs. So in the future, when you interpret reality, including previously fearful situations, your subconscious mind will be less likely to issue a red flag warning, and you will have fewer things to worry about. Proposition 2. Live one day at a time, but prepare for each day. You will worry less if you ignore imaginary fears and attend only to real concerns. Have an action plan for every problem and prepare only for real concerns. Just remember, the work you do today will eliminate many problems for your future self. Focus on living each day as best you can, taking care of what must be done that day to survive and thrive. The more you do each day, the less you have to take care of the next day. By having a minimum of unfinished work facing you, you can focus your attention on more important matters. By taking care of business each day, you retain better control over your life without the nagging feeling that you haven't done what needs to be done. Unfinished business is often reported as a frequent source of worry. So, no unfinished business means nothing to worry about. Proposition 3. Replace worry with prayer, which you do in your spiritual world, positive thinking, which you do in your inner world, and positive action in your outer world. Blend positive praying with positive thinking followed by positive action. Activate everything you can do in all three of your life dimensions: spirit, mind, and body. Remind yourself of the higher power that is within you. You have consciousness, you have the ability to focus, you have the ability to imagine. These are the key powers that you have for overcoming worry. Remind yourself of the higher power that is within you. Investigate concerns, and then follow your intuition and flashes of insight for guidance. Take appropriate action to deal with real physical threats in your outer world with proactive physical actions. But you can also reduce the chances of fictitious worries by eliminating irrational beliefs in your inner world. And never forget the power of faith, belief, and prayer in your spiritual world. So when in doubt, pray and seek divine guidance. The greater the perceived threat, the more you need to call upon all your human resources. Taking action in your outer world, that's obvious. But instilling confidence in your inner world by imagining yourself successfully handling any potential stressful situation is also helpful. Do not dismiss the value of prayer. Actively beseeching a higher power to come to your aid is also stress relieving. This takes me to my final message. Now, worry serves a useful purpose. It alerts and motivates you to take directed action to prevent potential future adversity. There are concerted actions you can take to reduce stress, worry, and anxiety. Once you've taken action to reduce the likelihood and severity of a perceived threat, not only is the threat level physically reduced, but your mental and spiritual toughness will have been strengthened as well. It will not serve you well to hide, escape, and deny real or imagined future threats. The more you prepare to deal with a future concern, the less worrisome is the event, and the stronger your confidence and resolve to handling it successfully. A proactive approach to stress, anxiety, and worry is always the best remedy. Preparedness leads to confidence and resilience in the face of uncertainty and an unknown future. Even when there's nothing you can do in your physical world to reduce a threat, don't sit passively stewing in your emotional distress. Prepare yourself psychologically and spiritually to meet any perceived threat with prayer, optimism, imagination, and high positive energy. Never let real, potentially hurtful world events get you down. Stay strong and resolute in the face of your fears, and often what you fear will simply disappear. Well, that's all for now. Remember to stay positive. You'll be happier, healthier, and live longer.